What's up, YouTube? It's Fancy Pollock here. Definitely been a while. I'm still living in that new house. Haven't probably showed too much about it, but today I'm going to be installing a new sound system. So I've got this Denon receiver. It's a 5.2 surround system, I believe, although I only have a 5.1 setup. Just some Klipsch reference speakers, a bunch of 14 gauge copper wire, and then a couple wall plates I'm going to be doing, or an early wall plate I'm going to be doing, and some banana plugs. So we'll be running that through the basement basically today. So this is my current setup. It's a old stereo sound system from my parents gave me that they've had for many years. And now I'm going to be taking out this plug, which used to be some old phone jacks. And I'll turn the light on here so you can see it better. So that used to be an old phone jack that ran through there. So I'm going to unplug this and I'll show you where it goes through the wall. So there's the keystone for the phone. Looks like they just hastily ran some cable through here. So we'll be seeing how we'll be able to run that through here as well. So that goes on the other side of this wall. So on the other side of this wall, pretty easy access in the basement. Not the cleanest wiring job, but I'm assuming one of these is the one of the small ones, probably the phone cable. Two thick ones are the coax cables. And it'll be interesting running the new cables through there because they're 14 gauge. I have to run two of them into there. So we will see how that goes. Maybe these holes might have to get bigger, or I'll run one through this hole, one through this hole. We'll see how that works though. And then these are going to run down here, across there, down to the other side there, which is just on the other side of this, over here, and then over there to that wall, following that blue cable. So I'll show you where that blue cable goes on the other side. So that blue cable goes on the other side, and there's another phone jack and just sitting in the living room that's going to go to the two rear speakers. So that's the plan, basically, to run it through there. Going to be interesting. Definitely going to have to enlarge these holes, I can already tell. So we'll see how all that goes. All right, so off camera with my dad, we ran a bunch of the cables. So I'll go ahead and show you how we did that. So in this corner of the room, we were lucky that where the old phone jack was pretty much a straight shot down in there, as the phone cable was a little tight and whatnot. So I had to drill out the hole a little bit to fit two of these cables. What we did first is ran one through there. It took me a few minutes to hit the hole in the basement through the drywall, which I'll show you now. And then I'll show you how everything ran through down there as well. It was pretty easy since this hole was already here, so we were able to see where it went. So I drilled out this hole down here a little too, which is pretty easy to mount up in there. Basically, we just followed the wall, and this hole was big enough that we could just fit it right through the wall pretty easily. We didn't need to fish it with another cable. Although to get the second speaker cable through, we had to tape it to one that we ran through here and pull it through here. Once it was in the basement here, we were able to just run it across. So it's not the cleanest since it kind of runs right along the ceiling here, but it is white, so it kind of blends in as it is, and then basically just sits there. And there was already a cable kind of strung across here as it was, so I'll show you on the other side of that wall there. So this is the opposite side of that wall, and the hole came up through there, and we could just, run it right through there. There is these normal power cables here, or 120 lines, so I'm gonna have to bring it up a little bit and then bring it here and shoot across, because you don't want to run them right next to them. You want to have them kind of crossing. So I'll have to do some cable management, but then that goes through there off to that side, which I'll show you now. So that runs right there, as you can see, through there. Over here we looped it, and then through the wall. We ended up snipping all those coax and phone lines, because if someone really wants the phone jack there or cable TV right there, it's pretty easy to run it through here from the basement where they Comcast or whoever originally ran it. So I'll probably be cleaning that up and reusing some of these cable management stuff that they put in there to neaten up these speaker cables. So pretty easy so far. Now this is going to be a little more difficult to show because I don't have a great camera setup. Basically this has to, there's a little, actually I'll just open this bag. Once I secured that blue wall, drywall retainer box, whatever that's called, in the wall there, basically what you do with this cable, if it'll focus, not on all the dust. So that cable, you know, comes in 2 pairs. You strip back the white, that shielding out. And then with these, they just unscrew. Yep, I got the right side. And there's a little hole in there. You can see on the bottom one there. Little hole that you stick the cable through and clamp her down. So pretty basic. And then I'll be making the actual banana clips once I, 1, dust it a little bit back here, and 2, get the receiver and whatnot in, and then all the speakers wired up. So first I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll show you how it ends up looking. Alright, so it should be all wired up. The bottom will be the left, and the top will be the right surround speakers. Just need to put the cover on and call it good for this end. Alright, so that is all in. Hopefully it's wired up correctly. So now I'm going to make a few of the actual banana plug cables. I'll probably make 4-foot ones, so I have a little bit of leeway to move them around, and then I'll end up getting the receiver in there. And I'm also going to plug in the speakers as well. So like the other speaker over there, and then all the cabling I was doing over there with the ports, I ran the cable for these, so those should be all good to go. The nice thing about these ones I got off Amazon, you can run the cable through the tube internally, so it's a bit cleaner of a look. So I did that on both sides. Now I'm going to be making the actual banana cables that connect to the port, and then the ones that'll go to the receiver. So I went ahead and made those banana cables, banana plug cables. They're kind of a pain in the butt to make, but I think because the problem is the gauge of the cable I use is 14 gauge, so it's a bit thicker. So it's a little harder to screw down on them, but they're all made up. So I ran those through back there. Just got to run the power now. And then I got to run that receiver. Got that sitting out there, so it's getting close to being done. And then obviously run the cable for the 3 speakers in the front, the center, the right, and the left front speakers. Well, the receiver is officially in and installed. I'm starting to watch Saving Private Ryan just to test it out. But yeah, the speakers there. I ran through the Denon receiver's auto configuration, which it comes with a special antenna that you plug in, microphone that auto calibrates all the speakers. So they all work. The wiring I ran through the basement seems to be working. So pretty happy about that. I'm just going to be watching a movie for the rest of the night here. And maybe eat some food finally. It's Fancy Pollock. Thanks for watching. See ya.